Okay, little mister. All right, we are down here with Toby for our week 1 video recap. In these videos, we're going to go over all the behaviors that we have been practicing with the puppies this week so that you can see how they've been doing. So you can see we're just starting to get warmed up with a little bit of play here with Toby. We've got the flirt pull out. This is usually a favorite for puppies and a lot of dogs. Chase this around. He's got the little tug toy on the end of the flirt pole here. Good boy, Toby. Where's your toy? So we just want to make sure that the dogs are happy and comfortable down in the training space. Where's that? I'm going to get some of his snacks out. Oh, ho, ho. You know I got food? Good boy, Toby. Got my clicker. Alright, so I'm going to take the flirt pole away for just a minute, grab my clicker, and we're going to get started with our little behaviors here. Hi, Toby. So I'm going to grab some snacks. The first thing that we did in week 1 is we taught our puppies about the clicker. So we started with a few reps of charging the clicker. There you go, bub. So I want Toby to make the association that the sound of the click means that he's going to get his cookie. So we do that a few times in a row. Where are you? Good boy. And then from there we can start to use the clicker to teach behavior. So the very first thing we want to teach our puppies, brand new puppies, is to follow a food lure in our hand. So Toby sees that I have the food. I lure him to take a few steps. Then I mark that with the clicker and release the cookie. Let's do that a couple more times. You can see he's following the food in my hand. Pretty attached to my hand. We can also use this food luring exercise as a way to start to teach our puppies what their names are. So we can just pair this Toby with saying his name. So as I'm luring him, I'm calling his name. Oh, finish that one. Did you eat it? Toby. Good boy. And we can also teach our puppies that when we toss a cookie on the ground, we say something like, okay, that means that they're allowed to eat it. So that's Toby's little release cue, and you'll see that we'll use that. Uh-oh, did you find it? There you go, good boy, get that cookie. That we'll use that release cue for a couple of our other behaviors in a second here too, okay? So now that we've done a few things, I'm gonna play with Toby again, because we teach a lot of behaviors over the course of the week. We wanna make sure that when we are doing a little training session that we don't overwhelm the puppy, right? These are just babies. So we do maybe a few things with the clicker and the food, and then we go back to a little bit of play. So in these recap videos, you know, I'm kind of moving through the behaviors quickly. Got to keep the puppy's attention. I will definitely encourage you to check out in your initial confirmation email, there is a link in there to check out the video library, and that contains videos with other puppies, more detailed instructions on all of these behaviors, how to teach them, why we teach them, right? So I would encourage you to watch those videos at least for week 1, okay? And it might make a little bit more sense, some of the things that we're doing here. I think I explained the clicker a little bit more and stuff like that, okay? So I'm going to take the flirt pull away again, and we're going to move on to our next set of behaviors. Toby, you hungry? So cute. Come here, buddy. So now we're going to do a hand target. This behavior is a little bit different than the food lure, although it might look similar, except I'm going to move a little faster this time. So Toby's connected to my food hand right now like he was before, but I'm going to pull my hand away, touch, and I'm going to ask him to touch. So he's targeting his nose to my hand. So watch that again. Toby, touch. Good job, buddy. And let's do one more of those. Toby, touch. Perfect. So the hand target, this is a movement behavior, moving our puppies from point A to point B. We can also use that as an informal recall, getting your puppy to come back to you if you ask them for a hand target, while you're also teaching some more formal recall behaviors as well, okay? Oh, look at you. Good boy, Toby. All right, so now our next behavior is going to be our first position. I'm going to show him that I have the cookie. Toby, sit. There it is. Good boy. I'm going to feed him for the sit. And then I'm going to say, okay, which remember is our release to tell him that he can be done with sitting. Toby, sit. Good job, buddy. Okay. Let's do one more of those. Toby, sit. Very nice job. Toby's a smart boy. Okay. Awesome, buddy. So, right off the bat, we're teaching our puppies kind of a sit and keep sitting until we tell you okay. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to work on is the first step in a go to your mat. And this will turn into a stay type behavior, but we teach this in little steps for baby puppies. So we're going to get our mat, and we're going to set our mat down on the ground. And what we're looking for is for the puppies to come over to the mat. Once they get 4 paws on, we're going to mark that with the clicker, and I'm going to start to drop a couple of treats right onto the mat. Okay, so this week I don't really care, okay, if they're sitting, standing, or laying down on the mat. Oh boy, Toby. I just want to teach them that when they come over to the mat, good things happen. So let's move it. And we're waiting for 4 paws. You can help him by luring. And once he gets 4 paws, we mark that with the clicker. We start to drop our treats. Good boy. The very last one can be that release. Okay. So again, already starting right off the bat, when I ask you to come to the mat, you stay on the mat until I release you. Let's do that one more time. There's 4 paws. Good boy, Toby. Very good boy. Do one more. And then we'll release him. Okay. Good boy. Toby, you're so smart. All right, let's see if he wants to play a little bit again. Where's your toy? Where's your toy? You looking for snacks still? Good boy, Toby. The flirt pole is one of my favorite toys for puppies because it teaches them about bite inhibition. So I am playing with Toby right now, but he's learning that he should play with the toy. He should bite the toy and not to bite me. Good boy. This is my favorite flirt pole for puppies and small dogs. If you wanted to get one for your puppy, I do have a link to this exact flirt pole on my products page on my website. Dogs really seem to love them. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Where's your toy? Alright, so the last little exercise that we're going to do here for week 1 is some handling. I'm going to grab some food, and this time I am going to get down to Toby's level. Using this harness now? I guess so. So I'm going to come down to Toby's level. I do have some food in my hand. I'm not going to use the clicker for this one because, as you'll see, I'm going to use my opposite hand to do some handling with Toby. So I'm just going to start by petting him. Instead of clicking the clicker, I'm just going to say yes, and then I'm going to feed him one of those treats. So I'm using a verbal marker instead of the clicker. Then I'm going to take my hand that I'm petting him with, I'm going to bring it underneath his belly, underneath his chest. Yes, and I'm just going to hold him still. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just teaching Toby about restraint. I'm teaching him that if I need to hold him still, that is okay. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good job, buddy. Okay. And then I will release you out of that restraint when we're done. Oh, yeah, that was very nice. What a sweet boy. So this is a really important skill to teach puppies because it's going to teach them to tolerate handling, not to fight handling. And this is definitely something that will be happening with your puppy at the groomer, at the vet. And the very last thing that we do with our puppies in week 1 is we socialize them to their harness. Sorry, but I had that upside down. It's a different harness than I had earlier this week, but that's okay. I'm going to get our puppies dressed. There we go. Where are your ears? There they are. Good boy, Toby. Go get it. Where is this? Go get it. So these puppies have been wearing collars for a while now, but up until this week they haven't been wearing harnesses yet. So we socialize them to the harness. We get them on. We get them moving around in their harness a little bit. Just want to teach them that it's okay. Sometimes, like you can see, he's just walking like a little bit differently. Sometimes the very first time we put them on, the puppies act like they can't move, like they're wearing little straitjackets, right? And it's just because they're not used to the harness. They haven't been socialized to the different types of equipment yet. Yeah, it's a good boy. There are a whole bunch of different types of harnesses out there on the market. If you wanted to use a harness with your puppy, then, just find one that's the most comfortable for you and the puppy to get on and off. But have them spend a little bit of time in it each day just so they're getting used to it if that's what you want to use. So I got it on him. I tossed some cookies around. We can also try to play with his harness on too. Oh, good shake, Toby. Where's your toy? There it is. There it is. Good boy. Alright, so in your initial confirmation email, not only will you have that link to the video library with more detailed instructions on all of our behaviors, there's also some handouts in there. Please check that all out before your puppy goes home. There's also a link in there as well to book your Zoom lesson before your puppy goes home. My Zoom availability is currently open for September. It will be open for October, more towards the end of the month. The Zoom availability is the last thing that we set on our calendar for the Noble Beasts because we have to get all of our other group classes and facility schedule done first. And then we will open up that Zoom availability at the end of the month. What are you doing, Toby? If you have any questions, you can certainly just respond to that email. But we will see you next week for week 2.